Springfield's portrayal in that? I mean, do you think that's going to be...
That's a tattoo shop giving that on TLC. I don't think the whole world's going to buy it necessarily. I mean, oh God, no visitors are going to come to Springfield because these girls at a tattoo shop said that we're whatever we are. No, that's silly.
Well, do you see an increase of people maybe visiting here because they saw Springfield, good or bad, they saw Springfield on
I don't think that one show is going to necessarily bring in new visitors either. What I think it helps do, though, I think it helps build the exposure of Springfield to the world, because that's a national program, and it's on a good station that a lot of great people watch the Learning Channel. I think that's great that they're on the Learning Channel. In fact, I think it's cool as heck that tattoo parlor got picked, or I don't know if they lobbied for it or how it happened. But I think what it can do, anything Springfield can do to purely just expose its name out there, let alone its brand out there, is going to be good for the city. Now, there is no such thing as bad PR.
They can come here and find out that it's a fine town.
Oh, they'll come and find out that it's a really fine town, and it's not. And I don't know if these girls portrayed it that bad. I haven't heard the whole tape or what it is.
I think it got a little overblown.
But they made it sound like they were full of, or at least from what I've gleaned from little media I've heard, is that people are perceiving that they made it sound like that we're all white trailer trash at first. And you know, no, everybody knows that we're not. I mean, look how many great universities we got here. We don't have that many universities based in Springfield because the town is full of, you know, well, right.
How will big data and new forms of artificial intelligence, how will that affect marketing in 2017, and how are people going to react to it?
I can't really speak to AI at this point, but data collection and data filtering and using that data to better market goods and services is going to continue to become more and more important. I know from a restaurant standpoint, it's a fine line. The more you know about your customer, the better you can serve them. So at the end of the day, they get better goods and services. And because they're happier, then the retail side of it's happier because we've served them better, so they're spending more money. But then there's also this point about how intrusive is it? Is it too intrusive? And I don't know where that line is, and I don't know that anybody knows where that line is. I was thinking the other day, I popped up an ad something, and because I looked at one type of new sport coat, all of a sudden I get 6 ads on sport coats. And that they knew that I was in a certain retail shop looking at coats. It's like, oh my God, how do they know that information? Well, it's here. It's not going to go away. So consumers need to get accustomed to it because it's going to be here. I think the people that are gathering it and using it better be good stewards of it. Because if they don't, there could be revolt. And I don't mean, revolt like the Russian Revolution or the French Revolution necessarily, but I think that there's, if people use it properly to be able to help the consumer be smarter, make better choices, invest in or spend their money better, get better value, then I think consumers are going to be like, oh, you know what, it's okay that they've got this information because I got a better deal over here, and I got a better car, or I got a better meal, or whatever it is because they had that data. So at first it scares everybody. At first it scares everybody. Even I think it scares some of the tech heads sometimes. Like, wow, we can do this.
So what I hear you saying is if it's value driven for the consumer, they'll accept it eventually.
Just having the data and sitting there and doing nothing other than the fact that Big Brother knows all about me, I think that scares anybody. It's just like, I don't know how much of that information I want someone to have. But if you want to know the truth, if I basically have nothing to hide, and if I know that somebody's going to use it to help make me better, my life better, whether it's better buying decisions or better decisions about my health or family or whatever, then I really don't mind them having that data. There's a certain group out there that's always going to be really concerned about Big Brother and the privacy issues. And well, they should. And there's nothing wrong with them worrying about that. In fact, I'm concerned about it at the amount of data that can be gathered now. But we as a restaurant chain are looking at other ways that we can gather more data about our customer without being intrusive, because at the end of the day, I don't really care how much money they have, or I don't care what kind of car they drive. I want to care, what we want to do is the restaurant chains, how can we service them better? What kind of better deal can we make them? What kind of food do they want? How can we better our menu? How can we better our pricing? How can we better our service to those people so that they have a better dining experience with us? That's what we want our data for. Could care less about certain pieces of data that they have, because we don't want to intrude in their personal life. We want to make their experience with us. Good retailers, good business-to-business people that use the data for that will be fine.
Okay. So do you see with marketing becoming more of in some situations where people want to establish themselves as an authority, and it doesn't necessarily feel like an advertisement.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but it might be like a column or a
Right.
or
Or a blog or
yeah, something where they give advice, but it's still technically, I mean, it's making their
it's
business
an ad
look
that's
better.
disguised as not an
Yeah.
ad per se.
Is that something that's becoming more of a thing?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be continuing?
Oh, it's going to continue. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about it. Because in some ways, it's more intrusive because you know what they're looking for. But in other ways, it's not as intrusive as a car dealer screaming at you, "Come buy my car."
Yeah.
Which people are just tired of that. I think, plus, if as he was talking about content marketing can help educate people. I think consumers now are more educated than they've ever been because of the accessibility of information. It's so easy to find information when not that many years ago you had to really do your research. And it's like when we talk to a potential franchisee, I can find out a lot about them pretty fast. People want to have that kind of content, I think, because one, it doesn't seem intrusive, although it still is, but it seems much more friendly. It seems much more helpful. It seems much more educational. And I think that that's only going to continue, and I think it's going to get better. I think, of course, there's people that are never going to get it right. But I think that here again, the cream's going to rise to the top. The good people that understand how to best utilize that type of marketing are going to help their clients and their customers receive a better value. Because he's right, millennials want to say why and what are you doing? Why is this helping me? Generation Z is going to be different than that, I believe. The founders and it all. Especially millennials want to know that they're much more based about what the value is. What's the value of your brand? And why should I interact with that? And I'm willing to do it maybe on a more consistent basis, but you need to tell me why. And I think good, smart marketers, whether it's marketing agencies or whether it's businesses such as ourselves, have got to get better at that because it's not stopping, it's not slowing down. At least, in my opinion, it's not.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for us.
Good.